My name is Cami, and this is Classics and Cats. You guys have no idea what we're in for today. This bag is not from Christopher and Banks. These books and that bag of books is my April book haul. I don't know what happened. I went crazy. I had a momentary lapse of judgment and budget and all the things. So let's just jump right in. I'm just going to show you all the books that I bought this month. I'll kind of give you a brief synopsis if I even know. I probably just saw it and wanted it and needed it. But I'll do my best. And I'll try to tell you where I got them from as well. So let's talk about books. Okay, so for the first book, I killed it. First book up is A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This one came in my April subscription box, Coffee and a Classic, and this was my classic for the month. So I'm so excited. I have not read this before, but I've heard wonderful, wonderful things about it, so I'm very excited to get started and read it. And the subscription box also comes with a few bookish goodies. And so I got a beautiful mug with this. I'll link my April unboxing video below. Actually, there's two, because I got the first box that had the bookish items, and then they sent me two additional items. It's a whole thing. You'll have to watch the video to see what happened. Ooh, suspense. So yeah, I'll link those two videos down below so you can see all the extra items, but I will show you one right now. This also came with a bookmark, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. So it looks like an old library card, and it's just gorgeous. So I absolutely love it. So I'm going to treasure that always. It's so beautiful. So no big deal, just getting weepy over a bookmark. So yeah, so this one came in my Coffee and a Classic book subscription box. Can't wait to read this. I don't know too much about it. I've heard it's a coming of age story. I've heard people rave about it. One of the people I follow, Thoughts of a Reader. She's from Australia. I will link her channel down below also, but she always talks about this as her favorite book, and ever since I heard her talk about it, I've wanted to read it. So, and in the subscription box, it came with a giant dill pickle. So somehow there's a pickle associated with this book, and I'm just dying to know how. So yes, book number 1, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Okay, so my next two books are from a garage sale. So they had a garage sale weekend in my hometown. So we went around and looked, and of course I was looking for what kind of books people had, and I found two good ones. So James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. I do not have this book, and I have not read this book. So I was glad to pick this one up, and I can't wait to read it sometime. Looks like a very short little read, and you know, Roald Dahl is amazing. I've read Matilda by Roald Dahl, and oh my gosh, I think that's it. Is that the only Roald Dahl I've read? Yeah, but anyway, that was amazing. I listened to it on audiobook, narrated by Kate Winslet, and it was superb. Her voice acting was amazing. She did all the characters in different voices, and it was just so fun to listen to, so I absolutely love that. So I hope I love this as well. And then the second book that I picked up at a local garage sale is called Forever by Judy Blume. And I'd never heard of this. I know absolutely nothing about it. I just saw that it was written by Judy Blume, so I grabbed it. So, yeah, Judy Blume, I mean, she wrote Tales of Fourth Grade Nothing, Super Fudge, you know, Blubber, God, Are You There? It's Me, Margaret, you know, all the greats. So, actually, did she have a book called Sheila the Great? I think she may have. But yeah, this one is more mature. This one is not one of her, I think, middle grade books. This would be more of a young adult book. So, yeah, so keep that in mind if you're talking about Judy Blume books with kids. I don't think this one is for children. The lady that sold it to me was telling me that when she was a youngster, her mom took her to a bookstore and she saw Judy Blume and she's like, "Oh, Mom, I want a Judy Blume book." And her mom kind of read the description and was like, you can't read that one yet." So yeah, I can though. I'm old enough, so I'm a big girl. So I'm going to read this one when I get a chance. All right, on to the next group. So we've just got one in this group. So this is called Leave Her to Heaven by Ben Ames Williams. Yes, Ben Ames Williams. So I saw this one in an antique shop. We were antique shopping, and no, we weren't shopping for antique shops. We were just shopping for antiques in a shop. with antiques. And they had a book section, and this one just popped out at me, and I saw it, and if you know my channel at all, you know that I love old films. So I've seen the old film, Leave Her to Heaven, which I think is what this book is, this is the book that the movie is based on. And it's a really eerie story, the movie is anyway. And so I was like, ooh, if this is that same story, I want to read it. So I picked up a copy of this, and yeah, I'm excited to read it. All right, my next group. If you saw my book shopping adventure, I went to Half Price Books and I found these two, which I just thought the covers were stunning. So I had a list of books that I was looking for, and these were both on there. Well, any Agatha Christie. I was looking for any Agatha Christie, but this is one of the most famous ones and one of her best works, supposedly, so I can't wait to read that. I did read A Crooked House this month in April, which I'll talk about in my wrap-up video, but by Agatha Christie, and it was amazing. It was my first Agatha Christie, and I really enjoyed it. So I can't wait to read this sometime. But I think I'm going to let my dad borrow this first, because he's been reading Agatha Christie as well. So I'm going to pass this on to him to read, so he can let me know how he enjoys it. And then the next one is Silas Marner by George Eliot, and I've wanted to read this book. It's funny because, I think I'd heard about this book, and this is what I love about the mediums that we use to tell stories. So I don't know if you're familiar or not, but there was a Steve Martin movie called A Simple Twist of Fate, and I loved that movie. I thought it was so sweet, and I just really liked the story. It was just a little bit different, and I come to find out it's based off of Silas Marner, which is what I love about this whole thing. There's so many movies that you see that you don't realize are based on books. So yeah, so I saw that movie. It was from the 90s, I think. But Silas Marner is what it's based off of, and so I want to read this story. It just sounds beautiful. So, and it's a short little read, and look at this gorgeous cover. It's so graphic and beautiful and bold. So yeah, so I can't wait to read this one either. I think this is going to be great. But yeah, so I picked up those two at Half Price Books. And then, yeah, we're not even done. We're not even halfway done. This is insane. I went crazy. All right. So these books I got from Book Riot. Did I get that from Book Riot? If I didn't, I'll correct myself over here. But yes, I got these from Book Riot. And I'd never ordered from there before, and I was just curious. And here's how the whole thing happened. So I talked about that subscription box, Coffee and a Classic. Well, for, I think it was February, or what month was that? Where did it go? The heck? Oh, I don't know, maybe it was March. I think it was March. So the March book for Coffee and a Classic was Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Well, I had never seen this edition before, and I was like, ooh, this is gorgeous with the metallic foiling. So I wanted to see what other, books they had printed in this edition. This is the Paper Mill Press edition. So I was like, oh, I'll check out and see what other ones they've done. Thinking that, oh, I'm not going to see anything I have to have. So I looked, and they had the Arabian Nights, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that cover. Oh, it's so pretty. And then they also had Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne. Oh, yes. And look at the back too. So pretty. So yeah, and I've read Journey to the Center of the Earth, and I absolutely loved it. So it was so good. But yeah, I love all the metallic. And then I also picked up Phantom of the Opera, which I have not read, but I really want to, and it's absolutely stunning as well. This is written by Gaston Leroux. Leroux. Say it in your best French accent. So yeah, oh, so gorgeous. So I got these 3 editions by Paper Mill Press, and I blame Coffee and a Classic, because if they hadn't sent me a gorgeous edition of Wuthering Heights, I wouldn't have had to buy these, but I did, and I'm not sorry. So yeah, so I bought these 3 editions, And then also from Book Riot, I got a copy of East of Eden by John Steinbeck, which I have not read yet. Again, I have seen the movie adaptation of this. I think it's not James Dean. Is it Montgomery Clift? I think maybe in the film adaptation, but it's like an epic drama, family tale of woe and misery and suffering and betrayal. Did I already say that? I don't know, but so I can't wait to read the book. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So yeah, I just thought this was like a nice paperback edition. It's got these, I forget what the word for this is. Somebody help me. This like raw edge on the paper, which I love. I'm sure some people do not like that, but I love any extra detail in a book. Let's be real. So yeah, so I can't wait to read that. And then I also got a copy of Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. Again, I've seen the film, loved the film, can't wait to read the book. My buddy Rachel, shout out to Rachel, she said that she has read this book and really enjoyed it, so I can't wait to read it as well. And usually I don't like the movie tie-ins, but this was, on sale. It was only a few dollars, and I do love this face, so I thought I would keep it. I love Jennifer Lawrence, so I'll go ahead and take this one. And I'm not even sure I know what the other cover looks like, the not movie tie-in one, so I don't know. If I love the book and I love the other cover, I'll probably get it too, so we'll see. I can't wait to read this one. Is that obvious to say that I can't wait to read all of these? That's why I bought them, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Sorry. And then the last one that I got from Book Riot in my order is The Three Body Problem, and I'm so sorry if I say this wrong. Cixin Liu, is that right? Cixin Liu? Ugh. Okay, so my friend Man Lee, I think this is one of her favorite books. It's science fiction. This was one of her favorite books, and I know she mentioned it to me years ago, and I'd always kind of had it in the back of my mind because I love science fiction. And I think it's does it even have a description on the back? Doesn't even have. Come on, help me out here. Well, this says, set against the backdrop of China's Cultural Revolution, a secret military project sends signals into space in an attempt to make contact with aliens, and they succeed. An alien civilization on the brink of destruction captures the signal and plans to invade Earth. Now, on Earth, different camps start forming, planning to either welcome the superior beings and help them take over a world seen as corrupt, or to fight against the invasion. The result is a science fiction masterpiece of enormous scope and vision. So I'm excited to read this. I have not read much work by Chinese authors, and something in science fiction just sounds amazing. So it was her favorite book, and now I want to give it a shot as well. So that's everything I got in my Book Riot order. Is that all? No, it's not. So my last collection is from, let me put this down. Backstory. So my boyfriend's mother, Sarah, knows that I'm a book nerd, and they are a family of book lovers as well. His mom loves to read books, and his sisters love to read books. He also loves to read books. He just likes nonfiction. He sticks to nonfiction. He's not much of a fiction guy, which is fine. He has to hear me tell every single book anyway, so he basically knows what every book is about from me, so it's fine. So anyway, so his mom, Sarah, told me that their local library was having a book sale, and it's donation only, so you grab what you want, pack it up, take it, and then you leave a donation. So, of course, I had to see what they had, and I really wasn't expecting much, because I've been to lots of library sales, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of like the good stuff. I feel like my collection, I feel pretty good with it, right? Which I still thought when I got on Book Riot and went to Half Price Books and everywhere else. But anyway, I know a lot of times I've gone and it's been a lot of old textbooks or things like that they've gotten rid of, which I've bought some of those as well. But so this time I was like, oh, I'm probably just gonna grab a couple of books. I'd already bought all the other stuff, so I was like, I need to calm down. Well, I get there. Obviously, I didn't calm down. I got this whole bag full of books because they had so many good options. I was not expecting it, so I was so happy. So anyway, let's run through what I got. Okay, ready for this? All right. The first book I picked up was Armada, which is written by Ernest Cline, who also wrote Ready Player One. I should probably put this down. I read Ready Player One last year, I think, 2020 or 2019. I think it was in 2019. And I loved it. I thought it was so good. It was very cool. So I don't even know what this one is about, but it was by Ernest Cline. I loved Ready Player One, so I thought I would give Armada a try. So if you've read this book or any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them, if you liked them or not. So yeah, here's another one. I also picked up The Help, which is written by Catherine Stockett. And again, I've seen the movie, loved the movie. And again, I don't like movie tie-ins, and I still grabbed one. But you know, there weren't many options, so I'll be a snob about it later. But again, if I love this book, I will look for a different cover and see if I like it better. But you know, this one's fun too. And I love Emma Stone. You know, I love Viola Davis. I love Bryce Dallas Howard. I love Octavia Spencer. So, you know, I'm fine with having the movie tie-in cover. But yes, I love the movie. I'd love to read the book. And when I was shopping with, my mom went and my daughter went, and my boyfriend's mom went with us as well. And she said that she's read it and really liked it. And then I also picked up Sun by Lois Lowry, which I think is number 3. Yeah, this is the 3rd book in the Giver trilogy. So I'm currently reading The Giver, and my daughter and I are buddy reading it. And I don't have the second one. It's funny because when I picked it up, I didn't even realize it was a trilogy. And then I discovered it was. And so I saw this, and it's book 3. So now all I need to do is find book 2, which I wonder if it says what book 2 is called. Oh, Gathering Blue. So I have The Giver, I have Sun, and I need to pick up book number 2, which is Gathering Blue. So yeah, so I thought while I was there, I would pick it up. Okay, then I also saw Tiger Eyes by Judy Blume. Again, it's a Judy Blume book, so I had to pick it up. So I don't know much about this, but it's a short little read, and it's Judy Blume, so I will make time for it. I also saw this copy of Scarlet, which is the sequel to Gone with the Wind. It was not written by Margaret Mitchell, though. It's written by Alexandra Ripley. So, you know, I don't know too much about this, but it was, it's supposed to be a continuation of Scarlet, so I'll probably give it a try and see how I feel about it. I'm not sure how I feel about second books or sequels written by different authors, but I'll give it a try and see if I like it. So if you've read that, let me know how it is. And then I picked up The Gods Themselves by Isaac Asimov. So I read, what did I read by Isaac Asimov? I think what was it called? The End of Eternity. I read The End of Eternity, and that I think is the only Asimov book that I've read so far, but I would really like to get to this. There's a few of his books that I would like to read, but I saw an Isaac Asimov book, and I figured I better give it a try, so I needed it in my collection. Again, this one doesn't look very long, so yeah, should be a good time. And then we've got this book called Ball Lightning, which I've never even heard of, okay? But it's written by Cixin Liu, and I was like, well, if I like Three Body Problem, then I might like Ball Lightning, so I might as well grab it while I have an opportunity, just in case I do like it. So I picked this one up as well, so I'm going to have to reach out to Manly and see if she's read this one, if she liked it as well as she liked the Three Body Problem. But yeah, so now I've got 2 Cixin Liu books. All right, we're down to the last 2. You still with me? I'm trying to go quickly, I'm sorry. So I also picked up a hardcover of The Bridges of Madison County, written by Robert James Waller. So yeah, again, I've seen the movie. Oh my gosh, the words on here are huge. This is large print. Large print. So yeah, so I picked this up. I've seen the movie, really liked it. It's a love story, a little different, a little bit of a twist to it. So picked up this book so I could read it. And then my very last book is this beautiful old edition of Dante's actually, I think this is the Divine Comedy. So it's got what are the 3? Inferno, Paradiso, hang on. Okay, it's got Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. So I can't wait to read this. So this is written by Dante, and it's this really pretty old edition. This is a modern library edition. Very old. I wonder if has it got the year on it? Let's look and see. I think this one was printed in 1950. Yeah, so I love it. Beautiful little edition. And I do have, I think I have a paperback version or like one of these. Oh, here it is. I have this word cloud edition of Inferno. So I wanted to have the other two. I wanted to have Purgatorio and Paradiso. And if I find them in these editions, that'd be great too to add to this collection. But I found them all in one, so I went ahead and picked it up. So that's my haul. I hope you made it all the way through this. I'm sorry I went a little crazy, but yeah. Now I've got a lot of books to read, so it's all good. All right, so I'll see you again soon. Thank you for joining me again today, and I hope you're having a wonderful day, week, month, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, be kind to yourself as well as others, and always be kind to cats. Thanks. Bye. Wait, we're not done. We're gonna do some bookish items. Well, should I save that? I'll save that. All right.
You edit around it?
Yeah. Remember, take care of yourself. Nope. Remember, be kind to yourself as well as others, and always be kind to cats. Thanks. Bye.